You trust ibuprofen to kill your pain. It's what everyone does. We're told it's the strongest, fastest way to feel better. But a green secret, ignored for ages, holds more power than any pill. This isn't about mild relief. We're talking about plants that hit pain harder, faster, and without the hidden costs. Your old way of coping is about to be left behind. This changes everything. What if you could ditch that bottle of ibuprofen for good? It's no secret we have a pain problem. Doctors are wary of prescribing strong painkillers, so millions of us just reach for the simple over-the-counter stuff. But here's the catch. Taking ibuprofen day after day isn't harmless. Long-term use can lead to stomach issues, weakness, and in serious cases, even liver damage. This is why we're looking back to what people used for centuries: plants. And some of them are shockingly powerful. Take wild lettuce. It was nicknamed opium lettuce for a reason. In one animal study, its active ingredients gave the same amount of pain relief as a dose of ibuprofen. And that's just one of them. Get ready, because we're about to show you 10 natural powerhouses that could change how you handle pain forever. Number 1. White willow bark. You could call this the original aspirin because that's literally what it is. For hundreds of years, people simply chewed on the bark to bring down fevers and get rid of aches and pains. The secret is a natural compound inside called salicin. When you take it, your body turns that salicin into the exact same active ingredient that makes aspirin work. But here's the key difference. Because this process happens naturally inside you, it can be much gentler on your stomach than a factory-made pill. Even today, doctors point to it as a solid choice for tough conditions like chronic headaches, back pain, and arthritis. It's powerful proof that nature often had the answer all along. But what happens when the pain is more than just a simple ache? Our next plant tackles something much more complex. Number 2, turmeric. This isn't just a spice for your curry. It's a powerhouse against complex long-term pain. The magic comes from a natural compound inside called curcumin. Its main job is to go after the root cause of so many issues: inflammation. Curcumin works by lowering the levels of the specific enzymes in your body that trigger swelling and pain. This is why it's a go-to for tough chronic conditions like osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. It doesn't just mask the symptom, it helps calm the underlying fire. It's a game changer for that deep, persistent joint pain that just won't quit. But what happens when you need relief that works on a completely different system? Our next plant targets the nerves themselves. Number 3, Boswellia. You might know this one by its other name: Indian frankincense. This ancient resin targets pain in a way that's totally different from most modern drugs. See, painkillers like ibuprofen work by blocking certain inflammation pathways in the body. But Boswellia goes after a completely separate pathway that those pills don't even touch. This unique approach makes it a powerhouse against the stubborn, grinding pain of osteoarthritis, getting right to the source of joint swelling and stiffness. It's also incredibly effective for calming inflammation in the gut, which is why it's often used for digestive flare-ups. So we've tackled inflammation from 2 different angles. But what about pain that isn't from swelling at all, but from muscles that just won't relax? Number 4, ginger. You probably have this in your kitchen right now, but you might not realize its true power. This is the go-to for that deep muscle ache you get after a workout, or for stubborn menstrual cramps. In fact, some studies show it can work even better than ibuprofen. Why? Because most painkillers just block the body from creating more inflammation. Ginger does that too, but it also uses powerful antioxidants to help clear up the inflammation that's already there. It's a 1-2 punch that also works wonders for settling an upset stomach or nausea. So we've covered internal inflammation and muscle aches. But what about when pain attacks you from the outside, on your skin? Number 5, devil's claw. While some pain is on the surface, the most stubborn aches often come from deep inside, right in your joints and back. For that, you need a solution that goes just as deep. This plant is a powerhouse against chronic osteoarthritis and nagging lower back pain. It's been studied extensively, and researchers found it contains specific compounds that are amazing at calming down inflammation. In fact, multiple studies show it can work just as well as some conventional painkillers for improving mobility and easing that deep, grinding ache. It's a targeted solution for when the problem is literally in your bones. But what happens when the pain isn't in your bones at all, but feels like it's coming from your nerves? Number 6. Feverfew. When pain feels less like an ache and more like a neurological attack, you need a different kind of solution. We're talking about those blinding, throbbing migraines. Feverfew has been a go-to for this for centuries. It contains a key compound called parthenolide, which helps stop the chain reaction that triggers a migraine. It works by preventing the tiny blood vessels in your head from spasming and tightening up, calming down the inflammation that causes that intense pressure. It's not just for stopping a migraine after it starts. It's about preventing it from ever taking hold in the first place. But what about when the pain isn't an attack, but a constant burning sensation? Number 7. Corydalis. For that deep, burning nerve pain that feels almost impossible to treat, traditional medicine has an incredible answer. This root, a staple in Chinese medicine for centuries, is considered one of the most effective natural pain relievers out there. It works in a completely unique way. Its key compound, DHCB, blocks pain signals by acting on your brain's dopamine system. It's not an opioid, and it doesn't just mask the feeling. It interrupts the pain message from ever getting through. And here's the game-changing part. Your body doesn't build up a tolerance to it. That means consistent relief for chronic pain, without needing higher and higher doses. But what if the pain reliever you need is so potent, it's often mistaken for something illegal? Number 8. Arnica. We've talked a lot about tackling pain from the inside, but what happens when the injury is on the surface? Think about a nasty bruise, a pulled muscle, or a sprained ankle. That's where Arnica comes in. This plant is a powerhouse anti-inflammatory, but it's strictly for the outside of your body. It comes as a gel or cream that you rub directly on the sore spot to help reduce swelling and discoloration. But here's the critical part. You must never take Arnica by mouth. It is toxic if ingested. This is a topical-only remedy designed to work right where you hurt. It's an absolute must-have for any first aid kit. But what about a pain reliever so controversial it was banned for decades? Number 9. Meadowsweet. This plant brings us back to the idea of a natural aspirin, but with a huge advantage many people need. Like white willow bark, Meadowsweet contains natural salicylates, the compounds that fight pain and fever. It's the original blueprint for aspirin. But as you know, aspirin can be really harsh on the stomach. That's where Meadowsweet shines. It has other compounds that act as a natural buffer, protecting your stomach lining from irritation. This makes it a much gentler choice for headaches and body aches, giving you the anti-inflammatory benefits without the stomach upset. It's a perfect example of how a whole plant is often better than a single isolated chemical. But what if the pain you're dealing with is so intense it requires something with an almost sedative-like effect? Number 10. Kratom. For intense, severe pain, we've arrived at our most potent and most controversial option. Kratom, a tree from Southeast Asia, contains compounds that act directly on the opioid receptors in your brain. They essentially use the same pathways as powerful prescription painkillers. This is what gives it such strong pain-relieving effects, but it's also what makes it incredibly risky. Because it works like an opioid, it can be addictive, and the FDA has issued serious warnings about its safety. It's not even legal in many places. Kratom is powerful proof that natural doesn't always mean safe, and it demands extreme caution. We've seen how plants like white willow bark, turmeric, ginger, and many others can tackle different kinds of pain. Some hit swelling, others ease nerve pain, and a few even work on deep joint issues. It's clear that for centuries, nature has held powerful secrets for relief, often without the same heavy costs as pills.